All right, guys, let's talk quarterfinals. This is a super exciting time for some of the athletes within your gym, and we want to show our support during this time. We also want to make sure that we're able to continue our day-to-day business. So let's talk about supporting without disrupting. So it's going to come with a couple things. First is going to be expectations. Expectations amongst our athletes, expectations amongst the staff, right? So let's walk through athletes first. For this event, we need our athletes to be extremely educated in the information that goes around the competition. So prior to the competition, we need to explain that they need to know the dates that are required of them. They need to know the rules around the competition, and I would direct them to the CrossFit Games website, give them the link to the rule book. They need to know the requirements for the competition, right? They need a certified judge. They need to video their workouts, things like that. But they also need to know the requirements for each specific workout when it is released, along with the standards for their division. That is something that needs to be their responsibility. They're going to come to the workout already prepared, not having the expectation of you explaining every little detail. It's they have already gone through the details, and then you can be there to support. Other things that they need to know is judging. Yes, they need a certified judge. This is someone who has passed the judges course. That doesn't mean that it needs to be you. It doesn't necessarily mean that it needs to be one of your staff members. That can be anybody who passes the judges course, right? That can also be them. They can help judge the other athletes. So you can have your quarterfinal athletes judge each other. Then they all become a support system for each other, right? So direct them to the judges course. They can absolutely take that course, become a certified judge, and help judge each other. And now you have more judges, and it's not just on you. Then we need them to understand they need to arrive early. We'll talk about schedules and designated times in a moment, but they need to arrive, get set up, be warmed up, and ready to rock and roll during the schedule that you provide for them. Again, there's some athlete responsibilities here, okay? Lastly, they do need to video. That is something that they need to be prepared for, right? When they announce the standards for each one of the workouts, there's always a floor plan and where they can put their camera. So they need to be prepared and ready to do that. They should not be coming to you asking you to record for them. So again, what we want to do is we want to lay out the expectations so that we have educated athletes coming our way, and that way we can have a nice, smooth event. When it comes to your staff, we need to make sure that the staff understands the flow of the weekend and what the expectations are and how they can direct athletes to the schedule. So they need to know the schedule that you're going to provide for it. If there are staff members that would like to be a part of the event and would like to judge, a lot of times you have people who want to be a part of it, great. If you don't, then you need to decide what that looks like. Do you have a designated lead staff member who is there during those times and helping those athletes if they need it? That's something that you will need to decide according to your staff. Then let's look at the schedule. So when we do these workouts, we don't want to disrupt class and our day-to-day business. So we need to look at, can we do these workouts outside of class? And if not, how are we going to be able to do them when a class is going on? For some of you, you might say to yourself, I cannot have them do the workouts during class without them disrupting. Okay, then we need to go with the outside of the class option, and you need to look at your schedule to decide when are appropriate times. I want you to make sure that you are looking at your schedule and you are choosing times that you are willing to commit to, and you're not overstretching yourself or your staff. Give them a specific time frame. It is not a show up and allow them to do workouts for 4 hours straight. It is a set amount of time, and they need to use their time wisely, right? So outside of class, what are those times? And we need to communicate that to staff and to the athletes. During class, if you're going to do it during class, again, we need to communicate that to staff so that a coach understands if quarterfinals athlete is doing the workout during their class, what does that look like, right? we need to communicate that to athletes too, so they understand the expectation when a class is going on. So let's dial in those. Then from there, we do have a little bit of a to-do list, right? Just like with the open, it's nice to provide certain things. If we can provide tape, clipboards, tape measures, things like that, scorecards, great. And as soon as we announce the workouts, we'll be able to print those scorecards for them, right? So let's gather those things and have them ready to go. And then lastly, this is an opportunity for you to acknowledge the hard work that these athletes have been putting in throughout the year. This is an exciting event for them. Again, we want to support them, and it is an opportunity for us to celebrate their hard work and acknowledge their hard work if we would like. So there's a variety of ways that we can do that. Again, we don't want to disrupt everything that we're doing, but it's nice to give them a little attaboy, right? One way we can do that is if we want to do a fun social media post, we can. What we don't want to do is completely blow up our entire social media with quarterfinals. Let's give them the shout out that they deserve, but we're going to keep it clear and concise. Another thing that you can do, and this is something that we do at our gym, is we do quarterfinals t-shirts that they have earned, and that's an award that we are giving to them, right? So those t-shirts actually have a fun quarterfinal symbol that we created, and it has their name on the back, almost like a jersey style. That's a t-shirt that we choose to give to them. There's lots of things that you can do for your athletes. You can give them a patch. It doesn't necessarily always have to be a tangible thing. Sometimes a nice shout out really shows that you care and you support them. But the big thing is we're going to support, we're going to have some rules and expectations and guidelines around this so that everyone can have the absolute best experience, both you, your staff, and your athletes. All right, guys, get after it.